Hello and welcome back to Loren, the Amazon Princess, and I think I've decided to go to the... Yep, I've no idea how to pronounce that. Actually, isn't that where I found Loren's mother? Isn't that where I found Queen Karen? Random encounter, yeah, let's fight it. Okay, they're clearly faster than I am. Annoying. Whoa!
The forest.
That's really bad. I mean, that is hideously bad. Good lord, they've got a lot of oomph. Okay, Amakuki, Taunt. Elnor, use Restore on her. Have you got a spell with enough oomph to whack both those wizards? Maybe. That's a long shot, but it might just take them both out.
I hope this is slightly uncomfortable.
Damn, so close. Now, use an item, whereas my...
I am too old for this.
Potion of Restoration. Taunt. They're both going defensive. Okay. Strike hard. Got to say, their opening move was pretty problematic. Heal the entire group, I think. And let's get some restoration going on the entire group. Okay, good. I'm back in this fight. I'm very glad I invested her with the resurrection spell. Very, very useful. Right. Strike him. Ah, nice try on the paralysis. Okay. Substantial damage. Fireball, do decent damage across the board. Tornado will also do pretty decent damage across the board. Identical. Blizzard less so. Let's just do a mass fireball. Yep, because even though he was defended, that caused the fireball to hit him instead, which is fine because it still killed him. Bow to take him out. He'll still paralyzed, all he can do is defend. He's still drawing decent fire anyway, so... Whew. That was almost kind of difficult. That would have been very problematic if they, you know, because of their opening move. An ancient civilization once stood here, but is now overgrown with vegetation and lizard men. Without their king, the lizard men were in complete chaos, but precious items can still be found inside their ruins. Tomb raiders and ruthless merchants are scouting the area. Okay, so I can't actually do much there. Let's camp. And while I'm here, you use that crossbow. No, you can't use it. Okay. So I'm assuming probably only... Where's he at? There he is. I'm assuming you can probably use this crossbow, which is considerably better than the one you're currently using. And I'm not actually using him much anyway, but it's useful to keep your party equipped just in case. Magic bracers, which... Where's he at? There he is. There's Draco. So that gives you a bit more magic but less defense. Okay, let's use them. And let's close. Okay. Let's talk to the wizard. Nothing to say. The archwizard called you the Bear. Where did you get that name from? What is wrong with my name? Nothing's wrong with it. It's interesting. I am proud of my name. I chose to keep it when they forced me to take another. Who forced you? The Empire. My name reminds me of my heritage, and that bothers them. But it does not bother me, so I keep it. I am a bear, because I come from the clan of the bear. So it is a family name. I thought you had earned it in tournaments because you had the strength of one. Yes, that is how we were named. Why would your name bother people? Because nomads are barbarians, and if I am to be one of them, I cannot be so. Yet you rebelled against that. Didn't you want to be part of the Empire in the first place? No. Amakuki's jaw flexed as he raised himself. My clan has banished me. Elnor almost gasped, not expecting Amakuki to be disowned from a heritage he still so deeply respected. Why? I refused a woman that was given to me. That sounds very admirable, actually. You followed your heart, but I suppose the nomads didn't care for that. My heart? It was my mind that told me I should not accept a mate that did not belong with me. That's your heart speaking. If you don't see that, that's okay. I do. I respect you more for it. Amakuki allowed Elnor her interpretation, if it meant that they would become more tolerant to each other. You know what? Those blue elves. I think my cart was attacked by them. Really? Yeah, I was going to trade with elf cities, but the bandits attacked me, and now that I think about it, it was dark elves. That's a serious claim, are you sure? You don't just mistake someone for a blue elf. That's not a very nice thing to say. What? I'm not saying all dark elves are bandits. Seeing those dark elves in the desert really puts an ache in on my heart, you know. It don't feel no different than in Grimoire. The elves and the dwarves get shoved into one part of town that's rotten, and no one cares because they never see 'em. How's it go? Auto signed, auto mind? Yeah, that. I understand. Perhaps that's what the dark elves were attempted to do when committing crimes, getting attention. Maybe the kidnapping, but the murdering's just stupid on their part. Ain't no one going to feel bad for you for killing them. The stealing, though, I think they were just trying to eat. No harm in that. Must be hard to find food in the desert. What could they possibly have to eat? Maybe they hunt orcs? That doesn't sound too appetizing. Yeah, I've got to agree. Eating orc flesh. Eee, Christ, you'd have to be desperate. We should break camps. Okay, she's got nothing to say. She doesn't have anything else to say. I feel bad for those dark elves, don't you? Those poor elves, they don't deserve to be treated like that. Right, it's terrible. Everyone in the world is so set on picking reasons to hate each other, I don't even understand why. If it's not who you are, it's where you're from, or what you look like. Is that why you hide your ears behind your hair? What? Oh, right, you know about that. It's just easier to hide them than to explain that I'm not from the forest, and yak yak yak. You know what I'm talking about. I suppose I do. Still, the world should be a place where no one feels bad about how they look, or what they were, or where they were born, or anything else they can't control. I find it hard to argue with that. I hope one day that Everburn becomes that place. Me too. I love elvish clothing, but I'd kill for Empire cuisine. Why can't we love both? I see your heart is in the right place. See, I can respect opinions like that. Come on, equality, people. Why exactly are the Dark Elves exiled from the forest? Their blood causes the forest great pain, and because I speak for the forest, I feel her pain. To ensure that, I see it is stopped. That means the Dark Elves cannot live amongst the elves of the forest. What is it about their blood that hurts the trees? They are part demon. In their veins flows the death of the demons, like the ones in Everburn. They are not like other elves. Part demon. That's terrifying. I'm not surprised the forest rejects them. So you see. But, are they evil people? The question took Mer off guard. Well, they are kin to demons, but are they all bad, cruel, criminal? Every time a dark elf shows himself to us, it is to inflict harm. It is to steal our things, kidnap our children, or murder our leaders. Good or evil is up to you to decide. All I know is they cannot live among us. That is all I can say about it. It's rather boring when okay, that's his generic. Nothing new to say phrase. Alright, let's... Yeah, so I'm doing pretty well with the old romance with Loren. Getting there. Alright, let's leave. Okay, so... I don't think there's much else to do apart from go to Lothar. With her. Yep, let's fight this random encounter. Not the bees! Not the bees! I am so sorry. Actually, I'm slightly sorry.
We have no time for this.
Yeah! Paralyzed all of them. Great. Hit him with blizzard. Dead, dead. Badly wounded. And dead.
Do you like me, or do you like me? You like me.
Another shawl. Everything's gone. Good. Okay, let's start with the shop. Sell the junk I don't need. decent money, but I've already been here, so I know whether or not I actually need any of this stuff, and I don't, so... Right, let's go see General Samael. General Samael's camp was heavily guarded, and Loren knew that none of them would have gotten close without Ashtran's help. The guards interrogated them with heavy suspicion, and even after they agreed to grant an audience, only Loren, Alphysmo, and Amakuki were allowed inside the tent. Everyone else was kept under heavy watch outside. You are distracting me, travellers. I don't even know why you were... If it isn't the heretic archwizard himself, you will not bewitch me to your elf agenda. You might as well leave. I'm glad that my reputation precedes me, but it is very much the wrong one. Oh? Then the rumours have been stripped of your title are false. Great, for a moment there I thought you my enemy. And if I destroy my enemy's wizard, that is why I am here. The Weather General's eyes were threatening towards Alphysmo. We have urgent news, and it is your greatest interest to listen. Your enemy is not at all who you think it is. And who the blast are you? This is Princess Loren of the Amazons. Those she-devils to the west? You won't be castrating me, sorry to say. Loren kicked at the war table, scattering the figurines. She was about to draw her sword, but Amakuki stepped forward in front of the general. As offensive as it was, it reminded Loren of their peace-seeking, so she turned away in her anger. And who? Ah, the bear. Have you reconsidered joining my army? He stands with us, General. He has seen the truth. What? Is it true you're following this madman into infamy? The elves did not start this war. It was demons. The general was quiet for a while. He repeated demons softly to himself. So, they found a new joker to lead them. It is Faust's the same as ever. But we crushed that farce into Inferno. He is back, and he is stronger than before. Samael looked at Amakuki, as if he honestly trusted what he had to say over Alphysmo. Then we'll crush both him and the elves in a single campaign. You must stop your war with the elves. You need them to battle the evil in Everburn. Need the elves? Pah! The demons are too formidable to fight as one nation. Only together can Everburn win. I respect you a lot, Gladiator, but I don't believe that for 1 second. I've fought demons in my day, more than any man should. I know what my army can handle. You're all done insulting my leadership. Get out of my tent, now! They were kicked back out with the other party members. Well, how did it go? A great fool he'll turn out to be. He was going to hear none of my reasoning, but at the very least he recognized Amakuki. It's by his grace that we spoke this long at all. The gladiator held his head high. The general believes that the Empire is the strongest nation, and will listen to none other. Unfortunately, that means he is stronger than even the demons as well. Enough! How do we change his mind? We must head to the Everburn Mountains and give him proof of their strength. He needs to doubt that we can take them on alone. Oh boy, head to Everburn. That's potentially dangerous. Luckily, I think those are pretty easy to prove. We only need to survive the gathering of that proof. I don't like the way you said that. We're going to survive, right? Perhaps. No one may even realize you're missing. See? Right there is what I'm talking about. She hates me. I am not looking forward to breaching the Everburn Mountains, but if it is the only way, we should proceed with caution. The party set off towards the Dark Mountains, to dare to find vicious demons and beasts that might tilt the mighty general's perceptions to their favour. Okay, let's leave. So we've now got to head to Everburn. Oh, that's quite... I like that design, this sort of big demon statue thing. Anyway, let's camp. Okay, he's got nothing new to say. He's got nothing new to say. He's got nothing new to say. She's got nothing new to say. She's got nothing new to say. She's got nothing new to say. He's got nothing new to say. I'm starting to think this is a pattern. She's got nothing new to say. And he has got nothing new to say. Fabulous, right. Okay, let's head to Everburn. The group closed in on the Forbidden Mountains, but they didn't go any further. The demons were so rampant, however, that they didn't need to go that far. Here they come. Be ready. They usually attack in 3 consecutive waves. We'll have time to reorganize between battles, so we should rest those injured and alternate formations. If we are in a bad position, I can teleport back a short distance and make camp, but then we'll have time to collaborate again and gain strength, making this much harder. You have to collect 0 samples. You need 10 more. Well, I think we can probably take... Early on, let's take a big group. Because I think we should have the firepower to handle it. Okay, so, leading with Myr. So, what are we dealing with? We've got Hellhound, Hellhound, Demon Beast A, Water Demon. Very vulnerable to fire, resistant. So, very weak to fire, that's good. I'm assuming you critically damaged by water spells. And you, wow, you are resistant to pretty much everything. You are going to be fun to take out. Okay. Let's start with the base magics, the base spell, because you're the only one who's resistant to it. Let's try and paralyze him. No, actually, no, he's immune to it, isn't he? Damn it.
You're dead.
Okay, strike there. What are you? You're critically damaged by fire. So let's just hit you with a straight fire. Because you're resistant to it anyway. Right. Take him out.
Match.
Put some damage over there. Want you to taunt. You to strike. Pummel strike, which finishes him. Okay, let's focus everything we've got on that Hellhound so that we can bring all... so that we can bring everything we have to bear on this Demon Beast.
I hope this is
nice
slightly
spell,
uncomfortable.
kills him. Strike. Shield defense. Strike. Blast. Oh, bother. Get some healing up on the front row. Strike. Strike. You're not really weak to anything, are you? But it's still slightly better to hit you with, say, a wind attack than it is a base attack, so that's fine. And this should finish you. Good!
Your wounds and make haste.
I can level up that one. More points in strength. Need 5 more, so let's attack another big demon group. Okay, I'm still okay with this setup because my mages still have enough mana to stand up reasonably well. Ooh, lots of fire demons and hellhounds and the like, which is good. Okay, again, let's heal up the entire front row. And let's get regeneration on the front row. In fact, let's just regenerate everybody. Because it's sensible. Then Loren can strike you for maximum damage. Lizard will do vast amounts of damage to you two. Okay, you can taunt. That's good. Weakened. Barely doing any damage. Front row still regenerating. In fact, everybody's still regenerating, so that doesn't do too much damage. Strike for fatal damage. Still weakened, so not doing very much. Okay. Yikes! Eleanor's getting pounded. Okay, dumpty-dumpty-dum. Let's get some more bits of regeneration going, I think. I don't want it to run out while I'm not paying attention. Draco again. Ice spell, because it'll do a lot of damage. Okay, he's fallen back. So let's hit this guy with everything we've got. And he's gone. So now all that's left to deal with is this guy. Who, while he's pretty resistant... Whoa! Yeah, because you are just immune to everything I can throw at you, so all I can do is just hit you with as much base damage as I can. And then you're gone.
So you
Fabulous. Right.
time.
Level up. Loren. Okay, excellent. That's it. We have enough samples now. Samael cannot deny these beasts' strength or numbers with these. Great. Now can we please run away from here? That was surprisingly easy. Sorry if you can hear that strange noise. Back to Lothar. Random encounter. Yeah, I might as well fight it. There's no real reason not to, because it's, you know, perfectly decent XP. Oh dear. Okay, dum-de-dum-de-dum. Just hit them all with steam.
Sorry.
Gizmo, can you
Disgusting creature.
Got one of them paralysed, I suppose. Any resistances? Weak to water, weak to fire. Actually, he's weak to everything, so... Let's just...
I hope this
pretty
is
much
slightly
eradicate their front
uncomfortable.
row. Because then,
They were
strike,
not a worthy match.
strike,
Keep
strike.
up next time.
That's their entire front row gone. Strike. Strike. Pommel strike. Bees.
Everybody, get down!
Well, notice I resisted the urge to do the no, not the bees line.
Disgusting creature.
Though I'll admit I was strongly tempted. Fireball and everything's good. Easy enough fight. Done. Let's go back to the shop. Sell that 'cause I don't need it. Don't need the potions or medium explosive bomb, scroll of major vitality. No, nothing particularly useful there, I don't think. It's okay, let's leave the shop. Left my desk unintentionally. Right, let's go see the general. The group stumbled back into the General Samael's camp, worse for wear, but their expedition was worth the effort. They came bearing the heads of Inferno hands and a sort of variety of demon eyes and tails. There can be no denying the strength of the animals they had had to fight to acquire them. Alphysmo and Amakuki went into Samael's tent while the rest of the party waited outside. Loren looked anxious for once in her life. Do you think the General will change his mind? I hope so. I do not know how to proceed. If not, we may be forced to kill him. Slaying an Imperial General was not something anyone wanted to do. Footsteps alerted them to Alphysmo and Amakuki's return. Their faces were as expressionless as always. Loren simply looked at them for what everyone wanted to hear. Finally, the old wizard nodded. He has recognized the power of the demon army, and has submitted to withdrawing the war on the elves. Elnor felt a perk in her that caused her to jump in happiness. Yes! Excellent, 500 XP. We're doing good, we are doing okay. Level him up. Will. Yep, that's fine. Skill. Okay, let's up his resistances. Let's get focus target. Taunt level 3. Oh no, we can't learn anymore at this point. Okay. Level up. So you do get another one, and let's get you. let's get your headshot. Headshot. And once again, this victory is credited to Grimoire's champion. I have a new suspicion that the general does not trust magicians very much. Amakuki bowed his head towards Loren, and she nodded at him. Thank you for your service. Elnor knew that saying that was very difficult for her mistress, and she hoped that Amakuki realized that. We should return to the citadel to reorganize ourselves. This newly combined army will take much out of us all. They agreed and returned to the Amazon stronghold. They had seemingly achieved the impossible. They had ebbed the tide of the two raging seas and stopped a war right in its tracks. This was the last step needed to bring both the elves and the humans together to form the treaty that would mend hundreds of years of tension between the two factions, while simultaneously forging the largest army the world had ever seen. There was wine and song to be had in the Amazon citadel, and the party heartily enjoyed their well-deserved respite, but all of Everburn seemed to be celebrating the coming peace. The war was coming to an end because both sides had realised their petty differences were nothing in the light of Everburn Mountain. Elnor did her best to enjoy the celebration, because it would likely be their last for a long time. Elnor approached Loren, who was deep in conversation with Brazier, the leader of the Amazon military. Loren noticed her and nodded a greeting. Brazier, however, received her in disgust. How can you let a slave walk right up to you such as this? Loren's calm face turned violent and red almost instantly, focusing all that energy straight onto the military leader. Brazier immediately felt Loren's wrath and took a step back in fear. I have instructed Elnor that it is to be treated as my second in command. Did you forget that? No, your majesty, please, forgive. I am done with you. You may leave. She did not waste any time fleeing Loren's mighty sight. Elnor felt humbled by her protectiveness. Had she truly come to see her as someone more than a servant? I am sorry. And she apologized. Elnor was stunned. No, I'm used to it. You don't have to be anymore. Demand respect. Sure. I'm serious, Elnor. If you don't act like an important person, it will be hard for me to convince people that you are. Loren sighed and looked away. The large door of the stronghold started to wheel open. The heavy sound rang through the air and silenced many people. In through the door fell several Dwarven men, out of breath and distraught. The demons! Queen Karen rose to her feet, and Loren rushed forward. What is it? Tell us quickly. The great city of Hammerhands is under siege by a demon and his army. No! Dora placed a comforting hand on Ramus, who was already enraged by the news. Everyone looked at each other. Their celebration would have to wait. Save Hammerhands. Excellent. The messengers explained how the mighty Dwarven city had been breached by a great demon and his followers, destroying all those in his path. Loren wasted no time in gathering the party to venture forth, and to put an end to it at the first declaration of war against Faust. Excellent. So they're pretty near to the Everburn Mountains. That explains that. Right, I'm just going to quickly camp, see if anybody has anything to say. Nope, he doesn't. Tensions were high since the news of the war. Amakuki seemed more aggressive towards Elnor, most likely because she was an elf. I can tell what you're thinking. It's in your eyes, so you might as well just tell me. What? About the elves, about the war, and how terrible they are. The assumption hit too close for Amakuki's pride. I am not as harsh on the elves as you may seem to think. I am not from the Empire, so I was not raised to hate them. But they declared war on my home. They didn't. It was the demons. I am sure that it is elves on battlefields now, not demons. I'm sorry, but I completely disagree with you. I really hope you learn to see things differently. Cloudy vision is not good for any warrior. Amakuki could not argue otherwise. Now, it's weird. Some of these sound like they should come from before the peace treaty happened, and yeah, oh well. His axe is getting restless. She's saying hi. She's saying we should break camp. She still needs to be alone. Nothing's new with him. She still thinks we should focus, and he presumably hasn't killed anything in a while. Okay. Right. I think that's an excellent point at which to stop this recording session before we head on to that, and I knock stuff off my shelves. Was that anything? No, it's nothing important. Right. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next part.